Hello, it's Jane here. Welcome and welcome back. And today I'm bringing you a knitting vlog. So it is a cold day today. It's actually, what date is it? It's the week before Christmas. It's 20th of December, and I thought it is a good time to show you what knitting objects I've been able to finish this year. I've knitted some socks which I can't remember, but I just show you what I have, and I'll also show you my unfinished objects and give you my plans for the new year when it comes to knitting. So I will start with the finished object. So I'll start with the big items. There's only 3 of them, and the purpose of my knitting, the reason why I normally knit is for stress relief. So this is one of the cardigans I've knitted. I use this self-striping yarn because I think it helps me get garments which are of nice color without a lot of effort, and it's cheap yarn. It's acrylic. That means when I wash it, it has some wool in it, so it feels nice and soft. But when I wash it in the washing machine, there's no risk of shrinking it. So this is the first one I made. I put pictures somewhere. And it's quite easy construction. It's constructed from bottom up, and when I get to here, to the sleeves, to the armpits, and then knit the 2 sleeves at the same time, simultaneously, and then join it, and then it all knits up. And I only end up with 1 loose thread, which I never seem to get around to doing. And so that is the first sweater. So the second one is the same exact construction, same exact pattern, it's just different color. This is such a vibrant color. This is not something I would ordinarily go for, but I like this yarn when I saw it in the shop, and I was like, I'm gonna get it. And because of the way I knit, that means my garments can be both, well, I can use them inside out. So this is the purl side, and the knit side, I would also be able to wear the knit side, because the way I knit my stuff, I don't like to join, to stitch them together. So this is the knitted side, which gives a good, a different kind of vibe to the purl side, but it's the same sweater. So unlike the other one, this one I've started with, I've knitted all the way from the bottom, so the bottom edge curls up, whilst the other one I have a 2x2 rib, so it's kind of a straight at the bottom, but I did have a straight there. And the reason I do this is to make sure that when I join in the round, it's not twisted. So that is the second sweater, same construction. I've made a few differences just for it to be a little different. And so it's just a sea of knitting in knit stitch. I do continental stitches, and this is one of the things I encounter when I join the sleeves at the armpit. So, but I don't mind. So the third sweater, well, I'll just show you the socks. So these are long socks. The tubing ones, which means I don't need to do the sleeves. They're just tubes, and because of the way it's constructed, so you move a stitch, so it's 2x2 rib, and every so often you move the purl to the stitch. So what happens is that with that you can easily have your heel in it, so it's easy construction. I don't know how to explain that. I'll try attach a video in the description to show what I mean, but this is how I did it. But the reason I needed these long socks is for horse riding. I just not got around to use them, so there's something specifically I should be buying for. I think they're called gaiters for horse riding. I've not got around to do that, but once I get them, I will be able to use these mud-colored socks. So the other thing with socks, when I knit, I do not bother to make sure they match, because I know it's the same yarn. It does not bother me at all. So, and this is the same yarn as this one. So this was from the leftover from this sweater. So the next item is another sweater, same exact construction with a few differences. So this is it. and this is with fisherman rib. It's the same pattern, but the construction I mean. So I start from the bottom up, join the sleeves of the armpit, and then carry on to the top. The only difference is I've used fisherman rib for this one, whilst the other ones were stockinette, and that's the only difference. So on the reverse, this is kind of how it looks. It's really nice. The other difference I made was the collar. So if you look at the collar, this is turned over. I don't know what it's called, but I really think it's really beautiful. I just did I don't know what it's called. I'm not good at explaining knitting things, but I can just knit. So the collar is folded over. It's really nice. I like this very much. So the collars for the other ones, they're just loose. It's just rib, which I've just cast off in that one. But going forward, I would like to do this. This looks so nicely finished. It looks so much professional. And so that's for that garment. And with the leftover yarn, I made this beret hat. And so yeah, so these two are going to be a Christmas present for someone. So yeah, so those are all the knitted items that I finished this year. So I'm now going to show you my work in progress. So the first item is this cardigan sweater. I don't know, it's open at the front. So this pattern came with a sweater and a cardigan. So I'm making the cardigan side of it. So this is actually brioche. So this is one yarn brioche stitching, which is really nice. It feels very soft, and this is the same exact yarn as this one. So this is about 3 balls of yarn. So when I join, I have to make sure that the pattern, the striping joins up. So there's always going to be some leftover yarn somewhere. So because of that, this is not, I've used 3 balls, but because I have to cut out some, it's not exactly 3 balls. And so I'm going to be completing this next year, and I really like the construction of it. I like how soft it is. I like the technique. It takes me much longer to knit this than to do the stockinette ones, just because I'm not used to brioche, and it's a more advanced technique to just knitting and purling. So I do like this, and because it's on the flat, so it's not knitted in the round, I'm only knitting. There's no purl at all, because I knit going one way, and then I put the purls on the knitting needle, and then I knit coming the other way. So there's no purling at all, because I'm not very experienced with purling. It will take me a longer time. And so that is my first work in progress, which I'll be working on next year. So this is my little box I keep by my chair just when I'm knitting, and I have started this fell isle knitting. Now it doesn't look like it, but if you look at this, the yarn, you can see the difference in the color. So it's the same ball of yarn, but because it's got variation, so I was gonna use it for fell isle. But the next sleeve, I don't like this. I thought I would be okay with it, and I'm like, I can't be. But also, I've not been holding the same yarn in the same hand, so there's a lot I've discovered I've done wrong with this. So I've taken about 2 weeks to make this, but this is the starting of a whole sweater. So I'd rather do this 2 weeks of work than carry on and not like the complete garment. So I'm going to undo this, and then I will do this kind of fell isle with I'll show you the other yarn I'll use. So I will hold one of these with one of these. So this got pink or purplish in it, and this, so it's going to be very subtle kind of fell isle, and it's going to be one by one. So it's kind of going to be like this all the way. And because it's also self-striping, I think it will be really subtle and very nice, and a good first fair iron knitting project. I have done fair iron in the past, long over 10 years ago, so I'm just getting into it, and I think this will be a nice way to get back into it. So I have just under 2 balls of this, and I have 2 balls of this. So because of that, I will start with the body, because now I feel like I know what I'm doing. I'll start with the body, and then I will see how that goes. And so I'll be able to use up these 4 balls of yarn on that project. But as I said, I'm going to undo this. So I have another ball of yarn, which is like this. It's the same make as this one, but as you can see, this is black and very, very black and very compressed compared to this one. So this is James Barrett, that is the ball. So I bought this to make the fell iron, but I think it's going to be too harsh and I'm not ready for that. And I only got 1 ball of this, so I'll use the other 4 instead of using this. I just hold on to this. I might get a project for this one. And I don't want to go to the shop and buy stuff, because we're trying to move house and I'm trying to use up the knitting supplies I have instead of going to the shop and creating more moving stuff for myself. And so that is going to be the second work in progress. I'm going to take it off, and it's going to be one of the projects I'm working on in 2025. I'll try to put a picture of the general construction I want. Actually, I'll show you. It's this one. I want to construct a sweater like this one, but it's going to be fell iron, and I want it a bit loose with a lot of positive ease, and I want the sleeves to be much wider. So this is 64 stitches casted on, and this is too tight for what I want. So when I get round to doing the sleeves, I will probably do like 80 or maybe even 100, because yeah, I think I need to have it bigger. And on the same line, this I forgot to show you the last finished object, sorry. And this is a light summer top. It's very easy knitting. This yarn is quite thin. It's I don't know, I think it's DK. No, it's not. It's for 100, yeah, it's 550 meters for 100 grams. It's 80% acrylic and 20% wool. So I was surprised how fast it knits up, but it's very light, it's very flowy. But I think I'll struggle to undo it, because it's got like this mohair effect. It's not mohair, but it's got that fluffy bits, which I like, and it's very soft, but I think I'll struggle to unravel that one. And that was the last knitting project. Sorry for the mess. And then I've shown you 2 working in progress, and I'll show you my final work in progress. And this is actually crocheting. So my video just cut off, so I'm not sure where I got to. Anyway, this is my last project. It's crochet. I'm not big on crocheting because it gives me issues on my wrist if I do too much of it. However, with all the knitting I've been doing, and because it's self-striping, I have to cut out some bits so that I can match up the stripes from one ball of yarn to the next one. So what I've been doing is saving those leftovers, and I'm making it to this scrappy yarn blanket. So this is how much I left, and this is yarn left from a sweater I did last year for my son. So it's not part of the ones I've shown you. And so this is what I have left, and this is the blanket so far. It's gotten so big, and I kind of like it because it kind of reminds me of all the yarn I've been knitting. So this is actually King Cole yarn, which I use a lot because it's cheap. It's acrylic with wool, and I have an issue with putting things in the washing machine and shrinking them. So I do like this, but it's also quite nice to kind of know that I'm not wasting all those little pieces of yarn I cut out to make sure my balls of yarn match. So this is how much I have left of that, and once that is finished, I will not have any more, so I'll have to stop at some point. I'm once again not going to be going to the shop to buy more yarn because we're moving house, but once I'm done with all the projects I have, I will be going to the shop next year, and at some point I'm sure I'll be able to make this into a very big blanket which I can use on the settee. And this is the last ball of yarn I have. I actually bought this ball of yarn to do my hair. I don't use this kind of yarn for knitting, to be honest. I like the self-striping one, or for some reason. So I'm not quite sure what I'll do with this, but my mom does, when she comes in summer, she does do knitting, so she is probably going to be doing that. And this is 4.50 millimeters of crochet hook. This is all the crochet hook I own. I've also recently invested in this. I don't know if they're called stitch stoppers. I don't know. You just put them at the end of your knitting so it doesn't run. So it's something like that. And also some markers there, stitch markers. I only own 2 knitting needles. So that, which has the brioche, and this one with the failure iron. I used to own a lot of knitting supplies, but I no longer do because I need to contain all my knitting. Because otherwise I'll end up having so many work in progress and nothing is progressing because I have not putting in the time. So for next year, I'm doing those 2 projects, the fell iron and the brioche, and finishing my crocheting. Those are the only 3 projects I currently have planned out. And the reason I need is for stress relief. I do like the end garment, but I've recently qualified as a doctor and a junior doctor in my first year of training, age 40, and my work can be stressful. So the process of knitting is what I'm interested in at the moment. I do like the final garment, but being able to do that knitting meditation is what I'm interested in more than the actual end garment. And I feel like the knitting meditation is something I want to carry on going on into the future, as long as my wrists are in good health and I'm able to knit. So that is all my knitting projects for the moment. I've shown you what I've finished and what my intentions are for the future. So I hope you do like this kind of content, and let me know if you're a knitter or a crocheter. I like to connect with people who knit or do crocheting. So thanks for watching. Bye.